I wanted to share my point of view of chronic disease and pain. A disease that keeps attacking you. It could be an allergy that keeps coming back. It could be like a fungus or a parasite, or it could be pain that either attacks you in the same place every time or just wanders around the body. And you know that saying that people say, oh, I've tried everything, every treatment, trust me, I've done it all, it doesn't work. You know that? So the way I like to look at our body is a bit like a computer, right? We've got the software, that's everything that's inside and you can't see. So that's the mental, whatever's going on in our head. Then you've got the emotional, the feelings, and the intuition. And then you've got the hardware, which is the physical, which is obviously the body, which embodies everything else. And as with hardware, a lot of treatments are cosmetic. Put a plaster on it, take a pill for it, put some cream on it, put some gel on it, and it goes away. So let's say we've got a problem with our touchscreen. We take it to the lab, they do troubleshooting. So they check the hardware on the outside. They're saying, okay, let's change the screen. You replace the screen, and then you try the touch and it's still not working. When we've got issues that are longer term, just like with your computer, they have to look further in and see if there's a problem with the software. Now, for whatever reason, a lot of us don't do that when it comes to our body. I like to look at my body as a physical and literal way of understanding my internal thoughts and emotions. What do I mean by that? I'm going to give you a few examples. Try to take the condition in a very literal manner. For example, I used to have a lot of digestion problems. So the digestion system's job is to digest things. Just like the computer, it doesn't just go through the hardware. The initial digestion of what we have to digest in life starts in the head. So a lot of times this has to do with things that we've gone through, a trauma, a memory, something that's happening currently in life. Our thoughts and feelings towards it are negative, so we try to push it away. A few years ago, I had tendonitis. So I had weakening of the tendons in my arms and I had constant pain. I was struggling playing my guitar. I was struggling using the mouse, and I gradually just went into deep depression. So again, I took to the arms and to the very literal part that it has in my life, in the body. What do arms do? They carry things, they hold things, they lift things. So over treatment, I realized that it had a lot to do psychologically with how much I take on. So again, the view is very holistic. It's not do this and not do that. It's not just about, oh, the doctor didn't work, so I'm going to go to acupuncture and somebody's going to stick needles in me. And if that didn't work, then I'm just going to go to the massages and they will heal me. Or I will go to the physiotherapy and they will heal me. All those people have very, very important roles and purposes in our journey towards healing. But the problem is, how are we going to get anywhere if we are only treating the hardware? What about the software? What about everything that goes inside? Over the span of history, when man invented things, a lot of these inventions are based on simple designs that are already in nature. So it might be that we are the first computer and that computers were invented based on the first and primal operating system, which is the human body. You don't have to be very spiritual to understand the connection that we have between whatever our perception is and whatever is going on in our body, because the hardware and the software are as one. What I tend to find is the best way to lead yourself quicker towards healing is to treat the triangle of mental, emotional, and physical. So if that cosmetic treatment on the surface level didn't work, I have to dig deeper and see what's going on with my emotional side, what's going on with my mental side. Chronic conditions take longer to develop. It's one of those things that it also wasn't created in a day. You can't really expect to also resolve it in one day, would you? So going through an emotional process, a mental process with a therapist is really, really worth it alongside any other medical treatments, physical treatments that you're looking at. If you read the disclaimer, I'm not a doctor. I'm not trying to sell you anything, and I'm not trying to convince you to do things my way. Just showing you a new point of view of looking at chronic situations and see maybe there's something in the layer underneath that the doctor hasn't reached and that you don't know what's going on. So we have to use different tools in order to get there. There are no magic tricks. I've found myself in lots of situations where I said the same sentence, oh no, I've tried everything already, nothing works. And sometimes you have to keep on trying and keep on trying, take a break and keep on trying again, because the solution will present itself when it's the right time for you to resolve it. If you have any questions, any comments, please keep everything constructive and I'll do my very best as usual to respond. In the meantime, stay safe and healthy.